What's going on, y'all? You're back. I'm your host, Paco, and you're listening to Occupy the Media. If you haven't already, make sure you guys check out that new video that's out. Ben Swan talking to Reality Check, talking about more GOP fraud that's going on. If you haven't heard that yet, over in Washington State. You know, they got tricks up their sleeve. They're gonna do everything they can, but you know, the more numbers that we pick up, the more people we get. Now that all the candidates are dropped out, you know, if they truly didn't like Romney, then Ron Paul's pretty much their only choice. So that's good for us. Now, this is one article I want to talk about here real quickly before the end of the show here. Obama approves CIA request to kill unidentified individuals in Yemen drone war. Let's see. Obama has approved a request from the CIA to begin launching targeted assassinations through drone strikes, even when the identity of the victims is unknown. CIA Director David Petraeus has requested permission to employ the tactic used in Pakistan for years called signature strikes, which involves targeting groups of people exhibiting suspicious behavior, a loosely defined judgment that will give the agency carte blanche to kill whoever it pleases in Yemen. Obama approved the request this month, and the CIA and Joint Special Operations Command have already begun to launch missile strikes employing this new authority. The U.S.-supported Yemeni regime has asked for more counterterrorism aid, but explicitly disagreed with the White House's new policy of signature strikes. However, Pakistan has long called for an end to U.S. drone strikes on its soil, only to be ignored by the Obama administration. That seems likely to happen with Yemen as well. The official broadening of the secret drone war is troubling, both legally and morally, but it really seems to merely codify what has already been taking place in a sort of retroactive legalization process. The quickening pace of the drone war in Yemen, about 30 strikes in the past year, has led to the targeting of militant groups unaffiliated with al-Qaeda, which pose no threat to the U.S. And you see how our government just sends off these drones. 30 strikes in the past year. We kill people, we bomb their countries, innocent people die, and we do it from afar, and we wonder why the world hates us. And we call people terrorists and crazy and lunatics, and, you know, they're just crazy off religion or something. And they're not. These are just regular people that happen to be in places at the wrong time and have resources that our government wants, you know, or they're just not bowing down, you know, because that's what our government is. Our government is a huge gang, and we go around and we take over blocks, and blocks are the countries, are the continents, whatever you want to call it. And it ain't just our government alone. It's other governments that work together, and it really ain't no conspiracy. It's really just out in the open, for real. You know, who's really all behind it, who can say? But at the end of the day, I know who's involved, and it's these politicians, these lobbyists, high-up officials in the military, and more than anybody to me is the media, because the media doesn't report the truth. They brainwash you all day with things that don't matter. Matter of fact, we should check and see what's on the news right now, because they're always talking about nothing. That's why, you know, the clips that I get, if you notice, like if you check my Facebook or YouTube and you see a lot of clips that I put up from the media, I notice myself from watching the media a lot that a lot of those clips that I get, they don't get reported on again. They're not the stories that you hear on the morning shows over and over again. Like, for example, let's say, you know, Donald Trump says he's going to endorse Romney or something like that. You're going to hear about, on the morning shows that are 2 hours long, 3 hours long, you're going to hear about that 5, 10 times. I know, because I'm skimming through it. But the stories that I grab onto, you know, the explosive interviews about the Afghanistan massacre and how there was probably more than one soldier, never again. We don't hear about that. Hear about it once. You know, things like that don't get reported often. They just brainwash you with the things that don't matter. It's like when they do report the truth, or the truth happens to get out there, it's just to save face, or it got out there by accident. They didn't really want that much to get out there. You know? And so that's our biggest threat is the media. And now we got the Obama administration signing off so that way we can drone strike people in Yemen and they can be unidentified. I mean, I want you to imagine somebody's doing that to us. This is like a video game, man. What in the world? This is like we just sitting back. We don't have to worry about nobody bombing us. We're going to just bomb the rest of the world. We're going to pay for it and expect nobody to get mad and expect not to create terrorism and to create terrorists. Go in your neighborhood and start shooting off and see what happens. See if the people, if you're in the right neighborhood or you're in the right state or right place, you're not going to be shooting too long because people are going to protect themselves. You know, people are going to fight back. And that's what we got to expect when we go bombing people. You know, we got to expect them to arm themselves and fight back and come together, even come together with other groups and organizations that they may not like. But they got to come together because we're threatening their civilization, their life, their way of life. You know, and the problems that these other countries have, they need to deal with it. Just like Ron Paul says, they need to deal with their problems. Of course, I want everyone to be free. I want everyone to have the Constitution, everyone in the world. But I don't want to go around giving it to everyone because I can't and we can't. And all we're going to do is cause more problems. So the best thing we can do is what Ron Paul says. Be an example. You know, trade with people. Be nice with people. We got the internet. We can educate people. Teach them how we had our revolution once we have ours. And that's how we spread the message. That's how we get all the dictators of the world out. We don't need to have a new world order. We don't need to have one leader or one world government. So, let's see here. Wow, we got here on Fox News. Surveillance system used in 80% of movie industry screenings. So what are they saying? They got surveillance, so they're watching us while we're in the movie theater? They got Judge Napolitano. Speaking of him, Ron Paul said he may use him as vice president. He just said that today. I played it earlier on the show. Check that out. But yeah, Judge Napolitano's on Fox right now. They got surveillance cameras for movie theaters. Security firm is pushing for that. Okay, they're pushing for that so they can watch us in the movie theaters now. Because, you know, if you're recording them bootleg movies, that's what they're talking about? Yeah, if we record the boot. I mean, the government spent time trying to address all these problems. These ain't the real problems. These are the symptoms. Let's address the root of the problem. Who's sitting around writing all this stuff, thinking about this stuff? It's a waste of time, man. I swear, man. Our government, security firm, they probably work with the government. They all just, it's a joke, man. They just always got to watch us. Why don't we watch y'all? Why don't you put D.C. on TV? Put the whole government in D.C. on TV all day. Put a camera on Obama all day till he goes to sleep. See all the papers he's signing. Hear all the conversations he's having with people. You know what I'm saying? Let us get to hear that. Because a lot of us is wondering what in the world is going on out here. Obama supporters, we got a lot of them still don't want to jump on our side. I don't know what they're thinking. People are still in denial. They need to get over, let it go, man. Let him go. You know, he was a fraud. He tricked you, basically. Is basically what he did. I was on the Obama train for like maybe a week or two. I was talking about that. But I found Ron Paul pretty quickly, you know, back in 2007, and I caught on pretty quickly. Once I hear the truth, man, I'm pretty much on board, and that's how it was with me. You know, I was brainwashed for a long time with a lot of things, and as soon as the truth came around, I just hopped on it. Fortunately, everyone's not like that. I think I got a Ron Paul supporter calling me right now. Yeah, so speaking of that, we're doing tabling events in Pasadena. So if you're in the LA area, also on Facebook, LA Liberty HQ, we heading out to the end of the show now. You guys make sure you check me out. I'm on 10 a.m. to noon Eastern time every morning, Monday through Friday on RonPaulRadio.com, and at 3 p.m. Eastern time every day, Monday through Friday, RonPaulRadio.com. Got a lot of good headlines and all that on my that I'll be putting up, so you guys get in contact with me on Facebook, Paco Elijah, YouTube, Paco757, and Twitter, Occupy the MSM. If you guys got some stories too, articles I may have missed, I don't care if it's a week old, a month old, we got to report that. Police brutality, fraud, GOP fraud, all of it. And we're going to start getting more interviews. We should